Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I got a really big chungus to show you. The freaking FAL. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is a FAL. This is a very special FAL. It's made by DS Arms. So this is a demo model, something that they did a little special. They wanted me to review it. This rifle was sent to me for free, not to keep, simply to film a video on, let them know what I think, and send it back. If I had to pick one off their website, this one was up there. The little Commando carbines are cool. It's a 16-inch barrel. It's permanently affixed muzzle device to get that full length. And it's pretty interesting. You'll notice if you look on their website, the Commando carbine does not have the cool Rhodesian baby poop paint job. It does not have a railed top cover, and it certainly does not have this field modded forward grip, which is basically just a trimmed down factory FAL grip. But the carbines do have the carry handle, and I think every FAL should, even if you don't use it. It's just a cool throwback. It's a cool flex. I really think FAL carry handles look pretty sick. And coming from an AK guy, this is a kind of an interesting point. If you think about it, AKs, which is what we typically film on this channel, at one time, AKs, that was the Soviet bloc gun. Some variant of an AK was manufactured in a ton of different companies that were behind the Iron Curtain, that were all behind communism at one time. Still to this day, AKs are prolific with being bad guy guns. There are certain AKs that are in NATO, but for the longest time, the AK was produced at all the communist countries all over the world. Contrary to that, the FAL was the right hand of the free world. FALs were used by many free countries, NATO countries, all over the world just as much, maybe not just as much, but pretty close to as much as the AK. So if you think about it, the FAL and the AK at one time were two of the most popular guns on the planet, and most likely did go head to head in one theater or the other. It's no secret, and this is well documented, that when they were designing the FAL, not only did they want something in a full cartridge, they wanted something self-loading, they wanted a future weapon, they also wanted it to look good. The FAL was designed with good aesthetics in mind, and if you do look at one of the old school STG 58s, like this one that I have here, you have to admit, it's well proportioned, it's sleek. There's just something about the way an old school FAL looks. Hard to beat. It's just a sexy looking gun. Forget that it's reliable, forget that it's such a popular battle rifle. FALs are a freaking vibe, dude. And it's just cool that when they were designed, they had that in mind. This is my dad's FAL. Specifically, this is an STG 58. This is a Belgian original barrel kit built on an MBO receiver decades ago. I've been shooting this gun since I was a little kid, probably 5-6 years old. This is one of the very first rifles I ever shot as far as a semi-auto battle rifle goes. This is just one of the first guns I ever shot. I have very fond memories shooting this thing from way, way back. I mention my dad a lot in videos because my dad's always been into cool guns like this. I've been going to gun shows and just being around these cool you know, band era surplus guns my whole life. They're just very special to me, and this one in particular is special to me because it is my dad's. It's been around for so long. So when I picture an FAL in my head, I picture the full-length STG 58 style with the grenade spigot up front, the bipods, the metal clamshells, carry handle, the roller coaster rear peep sight, thick stock. And what's cool about this one is you'll see in some of those close-ups, it was never refinished. It still wears the factory wear from the kit, and it just looks, it's just freaking beautiful, beautiful gun. So growing up shooting this thing, I've got a pretty high watermark for FALs because this thing shoots so damn good, and it honestly is a pretty nice kit. I have no experience with modernized paras. We have a para at the shop that I've shot before. I have another FAL video that's a pretty standard para. Never really shot one with a railed top cover with optics. That's completely new to me. This is the first FAL I've ever shot in my life with certainly a 16-inch barrel, but more importantly, an optic. Never done it before. I plan on shooting this quite a bit. I have a lot of ammo for it. I have a lot of good magazines, and I think it's only fitting, since it's on this channel, that we take it to a shooting competition just to see how we do. And I think you're gonna be pretty interested to see how that went. Before we shoot the Commando, I thought I would give you guys some gun porn and shoot an STG 58 with a lot of rounds on it. It's buttery smooth, the recoil is low with a full-length barrel. Show you how good an FAL can be and what I'm used to, what I'm comparing it to, and then we'll shoot the Commando. Oh, damn, and does it shoot smooth. Man. Gotta say, shoots quite a bit smoother than the para. That's why I love these full-length beauties. Woo-wee! So awesome. Oh, yeah. I definitely find it easier to just rip that charging handle. The bolt release on this one's a little sticky, so I have to really push on it to let it go. Charging handle, kind of like an AK. I just instinctually can just do the left side charge a little bit faster, so we'll try that again. Yeah. Not bad. The rock and lock's a little bit trickier than an AK, but hey man, it's just something that training will fix, just needs more time. I think you can get used to any ergonomics on any gun. You just have to really want to learn. And yeah, hell yeah. It's so much fun getting off the AR, getting off the AK, and coming out and just trying something totally new. We got rock and lock. We have bolt hold open, we have a bolt release, we even have a charging handle on the left side, non-reciprocating, and that carry handle, so sick. The trigger is quite heavy, so I thought we would, on the clock, when we hear that, we'll do a 20-round mag dump just into the berm as quickly as we can. We're not too worried about the reaction time, just the time it takes to go from shot 1 to shot 20. I'm just gonna put it on fire so we can just rip. I thought the mag was empty. Damn it. 4.65 seconds. We got to do it again. I stopped before the mag was empty, but man, finger fatigue is real. That is a heavy trigger. But I'm ready for take 2. All right, on fire. Here we go. Oh man. 3.74 seconds for 20 rounds. You probably see the stumble. Man, that's just me so used to like really short reset triggers, and I'm just really hoping to hit that reset and come back, but it's not there, so I gotta let off a little more to reset and come back. It's not an awesome trigger. See if we can't show you that there. But for a battle rifle trigger, God, just holding it down is pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. Given the price of ammo, I don't think anyone's gonna be doing that anytime soon, but now you know. If we really tried and didn't have that stumble, maybe we could get closer to 3 seconds flat, but honestly, who cares? The gun's been reliable and the trigger never has any hammer follow, nothing weird like that, so let's move on. Pretend nobody's watching. I didn't know, maybe boy.
Don't forget your metas.
Shooter may load and make ready.
Oh, thank you.
Shooter ready. Stand by. All right. 38:43.
Neato.
That's kind of slow, Clay.
Yeah.
Got it.
There you go.
I think that ought to do her.
1496.
Well, how do you guys feel about this thing? I'll tell you my thoughts now. I've had it for a few weeks now. I've had multiple range sessions, took it to a match, and we actually, if memory serves, came in like 7th place overall. But I gotta tell you, it shot really good at that match. I just got the gas system figured out. We culled out one really bad Israeli mag that would always jam on this thing. Everything else runs great. And the zero on the MRO, the parallax definitely does not affect us, I would say within like 50 yards. So for what we did, the dot did fine. I definitely wouldn't recommend it out to distance. We didn't even shoot this out to distance. Not really what I would do with it. I just think this little carbine did exactly what it was supposed to do. Just, it's kind of cool running and gunning with a big Chungus battle rifle at targets that are up close and personal. Something I've never done before, certainly not an FAL like this. I did shoot that STG-58 at Lethal Weapons. I'll put a video of that here. That was awesome. It was a chore manhandling that thing around through like jungle runs and everything else, but this definitely was easier running and gunning at up close targets than that big Chungus over there. Now that I've shot both of them at the match, I can honestly say that. The 16-inch barrel with the dot really made me feel pretty freaking lethal with this thing, and I've really grown to enjoy the para stock. I was never a really huge fan of it before, but it's honestly kind of cool. Manipulating it, I wish was a little bit easier, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not bad. It's kind of a 4-finger affair. Oh yeah, not bad. I gotta say, this probably the most controversial thing in some of the Instagram reels I was sharing of this gun. When he sent it to me, it was all the way out here, which I've got short arms. The stock has no adjustability. My arm would have been cantilevered way far out. This, for my little baby arms, was definitely a better spot. And it's really the only other spot. There's only 3 holes on the bottom of this handguard. And the way it mounts is kind of cool. It looks like a 3D printed part. Hard to say. Market DSA, I don't know if you're offering these, but I think it's cool. It definitely looks like a Rhodesian field mod, something they would have done. Just cut another grip off, figure out a way to bolt it up here. Honestly, feels really good. You would think it wouldn't be comfortable, but it honestly is. And this grip here, I let some people shoot it at the Texas Carbine match. People that haven't shot FALs before, this grip angle is obnoxiously weird for a lot of people. I let some of the guys at TWS shoot it, and Junior was like, dude, that grip angle. These things like to be manhandled.
My kind of gun. Let me know when you're recording.
I'm good.
Right here. Right where I was when you just shot.
The recoil is not light.
That recoils more than the peak That's crazy. Thank you.
I hit my first shot in that 7 or 8.
Yeah, that'll knock you back. Holy shit.
Hey, that's pretty cool, huh?
You gonna want to come out?
Oh, you broke it.
There we go.
Oh, it's still loaded then.
Yeah, it's still loaded. Finish it off.
Ah, it's gonna hurt my shoulder.
Your shoulder hurt?
I'm just messing with you. You want me to pop one round off?
Yeah.
That's a ride. That's a ride.
I'll do one round.
You be a KB this year? Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. All right, we'll be doing more new shit. What are you shooting? Guy from this thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
You want to shoot it?
When or what?
When?
What else you guys would be coming out with? I'm like, shit.
So this is 246, 80, almost 100 rounds nonstop.
We should have an RPK version.
Shooting that thing, dude. I was like, yep.
Yeah, so you'll get them in 2 or 55. In 12.5.
Dude, it's been running great. I've had not a single jam today.
DSA?
Yeah.
Doing good. Attached to my barrel.
Like I say, every gun doesn't really matter. You can AR every single gun that you have, but you can really learn to get good with, you know, just the way it is. So I've had a really good time with it. Reliability wise, as I said, we've had 1 stuck case. We let the gun get really dry. We didn't lube it for quite some time. I think that was right at the 600 round mark. And look how dirty that thing is getting in there. Super dirty. 1 miss. We got a jam. Oh man. That one's real stuck. Real stuck. Rip the rim off the case. Try to beat that out. Got it. Popped right out with a cleaning rod. Man, it's funny, I just showed the camera how dirty and dry this thing was getting and we had a stuck case, but just dumped another mag through it. Once we got it out, I lubed it up. You can see it's pretty wet in there now and she's fine. We're good, boys. Sometimes certain guns, they just like to run wet. This one definitely likes to run wet. So does that other one. That's like FAL things. Then you get into tunable gas, and did it have enough gas? Did it not have enough gas? I think with the ammo that we have, which is all surplus, I almost said 7 and 6. Surplus 7.62 NATO, not really sure the country of origin, but it definitely feels really hot. Don't know. But yeah, definitely 1 stuck case, and we had 1 Israeli mag that this gun did not like. I just had to call it out of the herd. That sounds so bad. The first range session, I couldn't figure out if the gun was unreliable or what was happening. Then I finally realized it was one magazine that was doing it. Tried that magazine in the other FAL, same, threw that mag in the trash, which sucks because it was a nice Israeli mag. But all the other mags work really good. So reliability has been good. Just after 500 rounds, maybe I should oil it or clean it a little bit. That's on me. Is what it is. It's been accurate. It took a red dot well. The dot sits very centered, so that top cover is very nice and centered to bore. Very cool. Recoil is what it is, man. That brake ain't doing much. And when you find the gas setting that runs reliably, it's very punchy. The full-size FAL definitely shoots softer with certain ammo. This ammo in both of the guns, I had to really turn the gas down a little bit. It's very punchy. Because of the recoil system in the full-length fixed stock FALs, they kind of use a little bit of the stock to get some springs in there to help with recoil. This does not. The Para and the full-length FAL have different recoil systems. Paras are just kind of known to have a bit more recoil because of that. So that's just inherently what it is with that type of spring setup. I don't really know what else to say about this thing other than thanks for sending it, Mark. It opened my eyes to Paras, and it definitely opened me up to trying more modern FALs because, man, I love my pre-bands. I just like old school looking guns. I like that it's a mixture of everything. Pretty old school front end. I like the field mod, how it looks like something that would have been done in Rhodesia at the time, but it's very functional, feels modern. The Para stock, I like it. It's cool, definitely packs away much easier. The Para sights, I don't like as much as the original sights. That's just me. And the optic mount, man. It had to grow on me, it really did. I'm not sure I like the way the optic mounts look. I just think it adds so much girth. I think a factory top cover on an FAL is the most beautiful, thin, streamlined, just freaking Art Deco part. This kind of kills that look, but it's what you gotta do to run a dot. So I like that that's the only modern thing on this gun. I have to give it to DSA to like listening to the community. They saw that everyone and their brothers out there cloning, you know, roadie FALs. They're all putting baby poop on them. And I think that it's cool that they offer not only an original STG-58 style FAL with the baby poop, with the Hellbeck device, with the sanitized scrub receiver. I mean, you can get that from them right now. I would love to review one of those too, Mark, if you're listening. That's the one I would really like to review. But it's cool that they'll mix that with a modern one and still go with the baby poop. It's cool. They definitely listen to the audience and they see what people are doing and they're asked to just try to do it themselves and make it easier on you. You can definitely tell that this Cerakote was applied by being dabbed on, just like they would have done in the Rhodesian Bush Wars. It's pretty cool. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys want more FAL content, do you want a dedicated video on that freaking STG-58, that Belgian OG barrel in-bell receiver kit? I think so. But if you really want to see a dedicated video on it, we mainly do AK stuff, but if you want to see that thing, let me know. I would love to use any excuse to film my dad's gun. I'm sure he'd appreciate seeing his beloved FAL on the channel with a dedicated full-length video. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, say, hey, thanks, Dad, down in the comments. My dad let me borrow that for this video. He let me borrow it, and I beat the snot out of it at Lethal Weapons. Shot the entire match with it. He's very trusting of me to do that to one of his prized possessions. So, Dad, thank you for doing that. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. If you want to go to Kalash Bash, I'm pretty sure DSA will be there displaying some FALs. If you like AKs, you're probably going to like FALs. If you like AKs, you probably like a lot of non-AR-15 stuff. And again, at one time, the AK was the gun of the communist world, but at the same time, the FAL was the right arm of the free world. These things were neck and neck for a long time. And I gotta say, I think the FAL is just as cool, just as special, just as important to history as the AK is, if not more, maybe. It's a really cool special gun. Definitely think it's a cornerstone to any collection. You should definitely have one. All right. I think that's all I got for you. We'll see you next time.